Oedipus Rex, a beloved king and the protagonist of Sophocles' famous tale of the same name. The model for the ideal tragic hero, showing many ideal virtues, such as courage, determination, and humility. Oedipus was looked up to by many of his citizens. But the tragic hero is not complete without the presence of flaws, his fatal flaws. While there are many mentionable ones, two that I would like to touch on that go hand in hand are his stubbornness in seeking the truth and his pride. These two flaws, along with many others, are ultimately what leads to his downfall. One notable piece of evidence of these flaws is his confrontation with Tiresias, the blind prophet. While Tiresias was fully aware of the truth of Oedipus's early stages of life, he held it back from him in an attempt to protect him. Oedipus, not liking to have his position questioned, berates Tiresias, going as far as to say he is a scum of the earth. You won't talk? Nothing moves you? Out with it, once and for all. The fact that he did not immediately get his way seemed to have extremely disturbed him, causing him to go to such far lengths to get the truth from Tiresias. But when it finally comes out and is not what Oedipus expected, he continues to allow his pride to get to him and causes him to be in a state of extreme self-denial. While it is more than obvious Tiresias was attempting to protect Oedipus from the possible scorn he would face from his subjects, Oedipus's insistence on uncovering the truth is what led to another string of events, like his confrontation with Creon. Creon, one of the closest people to Oedipus as his brother-in-law, is accused by Oedipus of plotting to take over the kingdom after his discussion with Tiresias. He begins his rant with this: "You, here, you plotting to kill me. Kill the king. I see it all, the marauding thief himself, scheming to steal my crown and power." Oedipus refused to believe that he himself was capable of such an act. So his pride does not allow him to just take the blame and move on. Instead, he reverts to placing the blame on someone else, seemingly creating a false reality in his head for the actual events which occurred. All this does is lead to more people opposing him throughout the story, such as the shepherd, and it also leads to his wife/mother's death. Speaking of which, one last piece of evidence I would like to present displaying his stubbornness is his final interaction with Jocasta. When the messenger is having a long back and forth with Oedipus regarding whether or not he killed his father, Oedipus turns to Jocasta for the truth, pushing her to her limits. She asks him multiple times to stop pressing on her for answers, stating, "Oh no, listen to me. I beg you, don't do this. No, please, for your sake, I want the best for you." His relentless pursuit of the truth, because his prideful nature could not handle being unaware, is what leads Jocasta to unbearable stress, causing her to hang herself. This also sends Oedipus on a spiral, gouging out his eyes in an attempt to not have to face the truth in its entirety. From here, everything goes downhill. He is banished from his own kingdom, loses his children, and has an overall pathetic fall from greatness. Just a personal comment, he certainly lost my respect in these moments when utter pride, stubbornness, and desperation took over. I could see why he killed his father in self-defense, but these other acts were quite horrendous. And I honestly feel bad for Jocasta, that she was driven to that horrible place where she felt the need to do that. And if I'm being honest, It's really clear to see that all these events could have been prevented if Oedipus could just drop it or stop trying to pursue something that he probably knew was not going to end in his favor. To conclude, ultimately, one can see how Oedipus's stubbornness and pride were leading factors in his downfall. If he did not think so highly of himself and accepted the truth as it was given to him instead of being so reluctant to take it as it was, he could have prevented the negative consequences that were to come. But again, without these fatal flaws, we would not have the model of the tragic hero we see so widely used today. Thank you.